I'm sitting in my grandparents' house in Germany right now, und ja, ich kann auch Deutsch sprechen, but today we're speaking in English. And what are we speaking about? Inspiration. Why are we speaking about it here? Right. Well, I told you it was my grandparents' house, and one of my major inspirations to become an author, to just express myself creatively, like on these videos, was my grandfather. And I want you to do a little thought experiment before I talk too much about him and just the idea of inspiration. I want you to pick anybody, any relative, anybody you know who is no longer here. Pick somebody, first person that comes to mind. And I want you to take 10 seconds and come up with 3 words, not 10 words, 10 seconds. Take 10 seconds and come up with 3 words that describe that person. I'm going to give you 10. Here we go. Seriously, do this. You don't have to write it down, but think about it. Okay, I even gave you 5 extra seconds. So, what are your words? Are those words negative? Are those words demeaning? Are those words that you wouldn't want to be called? Chances are, those are some pretty loving words. Those are some pretty uplifting words that you chose. Chances are, you miss that person. If you could choose to have that person around, you would. It's a funny thing because we constantly live our lives in fear of not being liked, of rubbing people the wrong way. But most all of us are missed when we're gone. How does that work? Is that because of this constant state of, oh, I don't want to mess up, I don't know, because we mess up all the time. We make people upset all the time, even if we're trying not to. Sometimes, especially when we're trying not to. But still, the people closest to us, the people who we impact, miss us and would do pretty much anything to have us back, even if it was just for one day. I know that's how I feel about my grandfather. And I was talking about it today with my family, that he made me cry sometimes. He made me feel bad sometimes. He got angry with me. But those aren't the moments that I remember. When I think about him or when someone brings him up, I describe him as wise. I describe him as artistic. I describe him as loving. I was going to say hilarious because he was also that. And it never crosses my mind to think of him as angry or moody or any of these things that we might feel like in the moment. Sometimes we walk on eggshells around the people that we love because we know exactly what makes them upset and we don't want to do that. And it's such a shame because when all is said and done, when either you leave or that person leaves this world, you're going to be remembered for the things that you did well. Chances are you're doing your best to live a good life. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. So you don't need to worry about the things that you might do wrong from time to time. That's you being a human. That's you being you. Another thing we talked about was your greatest strength being your greatest weakness, but I don't want to get too deep into that because, yeah, I'm making videos every day, so maybe I'll make that video tomorrow. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you're subscribed. Let me know what the 3 words, I should have done that. Yeah, let me know the person that you thought of, if you're willing to share that with me and be open with me, the person that you thought of and the 3 words that you used to describe them. I'll go first. I'll do that in the comments with my grandfather. I don't know why I didn't think of that at first, but yeah, do that. Getting back on track though, I mean, your strengths probably going to be your biggest weakness. People who are very empathic, who can put themselves in other people's shoes, they're going to 9 times out of 10 feel some paralysis when it comes time to do what's best for them, because you're probably, if it's best for you, it might not be best for everybody. Probably it's not going to be. So It's going to be tough, right? But like I said, we'll get into that in the next video, because I want to focus on you doing your thing, building what you're building. There are paintings and drawings and artworks from my grandfather all around this house. And it's such an amazing thing to remember him by. And there are other things in and around this house that I'm going to talk about as well that he did while he was alive, that we still can remember him by, that still live on today, literally. But let's focus on the paintings and the drawings, because when I see those, I think back to him actually not drawing and not being artistic for a while, and seeing him kind of struggle with that, having the itch to express himself creatively and to create things, but not feeling like he had the time, or feeling like it might be a waste of time. And now, thanks to him, let's get back on camera. Thanks to him doing that and taking that time, we have the artwork. We have a beautiful memory, and the work that he was doing as a professor was great work, and his colleagues remember him by that as well. But us, his family members who aren't necessarily experts in his field, it's a little bit more out of reach for us. We could read his professor books and probably think of him and hear his voice, but those drawings and paintings, and he did lino cuts as well, those are things that we can see and just instantly connect back to him. And me, as somebody who is extremely creative as well, I relate to his feeling of, is this worth my time? Is this something I should be doing? Is this the right thing to be doing with my time? I can relate to that. That's why this series is even a thing, because for the longest I procrastinated making YouTube videos, long form videos like this. At least I knew it was something that I wanted to do, but everything else was a priority over it. Until one day I said, and it was up here in this very house actually, that this series started, and we're over 2 months in now. It was there when I decided that I'm going to make a video every single day. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do it every single day, at least a 10-minute video. And here we are, almost 2 months later, and I'm just so proud of myself. And of course, I wish I could share these videos with him. I wish I could ask him questions and talk about the different things that we talk about here on this channel. But just knowing that I had somebody who experienced the same thing that I experienced, kind of an artistic paralysis, is huge. And I remember him sitting upstairs in the attic working on his stuff and starting back again, and that was really cool to see. And I didn't realize how much it inspired me until he was gone. And that's why I say, right, these are things that are hitting me even 10 years after he's gone. So the stuff that you do, you might think it doesn't matter because it's not getting views, it's not getting money, it's not whatever has you feeling like it's not of any worth or no one cares about it. You're not realizing how big the world is, how long life is. Because life, your life might end, but life is going to continue. The world is going to continue. I saw a video today, it said Van Gogh, I think is how you actually pronounce it, but Van Gogh, he only sold one painting in his lifetime, and it was a couple of months before he died. Think about that. And everyone knows who that is. There are museums filled with his artwork. Who knows what a Van Gogh costs now? Crazy to think about. So yes, of course, it's amazing to be appreciated while you're here. And I'm saying this to, in part, tell you to appreciate the people who are around you and are doing great things and are impacting the world while they're here. But also, I'm saying it because your impact isn't just while you're here. The stuff that you're doing, the stuff that you're building, it's built to last, and it's going to last way longer than you even will. This video is going to outlast me and outlive me. Who knows? It might be 100 years from now and you're watching this. If you are, That's awesome. I'm probably not around anymore, but we still get to meet. You might be one of my children or grandchildren, just watching this again to think about your dad or your granddad. And if you are, hey, maybe you're one of their children and you never met me. It's your first time meeting me. If it is, it's nice to meet you. If it's not our first time meeting and you've watched several of my videos, yeah, I love you. Even if we've never met, it's just great to see you. And I hope you're doing well. I hope you take these words to heart and understand that life is going to continue and people are going to remember you for the great things that you do. So if you're nervous about doing a great thing and you know it's going to be great when it turns out, there's nothing to be nervous about. There's nothing to question. Just do it. If I didn't make these videos because they're not getting the views that I want them to get, I'm just cheating myself and I'm cheating the people who the video will reach. I can't control when it does reach them, but I can control making the video and showing up. I said there were some other things that my grandfather built that still are here today. One of them is a Gingko tree that he planted, and I remember even I had doubts and thoughts about this tree that didn't really line up with his. He was very excited to plant this tree, and I was kind of questioning, what's his plan with this little tree? Why is he so excited about this little tree? And now, over 10 years later, that tree towers over the entire garden. The garden itself is a reminder of him, a reminder of what he did and who he was. He loved that garden. He loved spending time there. I can still remember him picking every little dead leaf out of the rose bushes or just out of the plants. It's something that I think back to every time I'm here. It's a lasting memory of him, a living memory of him. That tree would not be alive if he didn't plant it. And it's a simple act. It's something that doesn't require a degree. It's something that doesn't require any kind of status. It doesn't require one single follower on Instagram or TikTok, any YouTube subscribers. It doesn't require any paying clients. It just requires you to find the right seed and plant it. And that can be about trees. That can be, obviously, he didn't plant it from a seed. That would be pretty impressive. He had a sapling. But yeah, you just got to find the right seed and plant it wherever you feel like it fits the best. And someday people are going to gather around it and remember you by it. That can be about trees. It can be about a business. It can be about your art. It can be about pretty much anything. But it's not going to exist if you don't make it exist. So I'm not going to take any more of your time. I just want to remind you within this conversation and within every conversation that we have that the best is yet to come. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, when your seed has already been planted. Let me know what you're going to do to help inspire other people down below in the comments. And yeah, like I said, I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you on the next video, which you should find right here. And the option to subscribe and continue seeing the videos is right here. I'll see you wherever you choose to see me next.